United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United
the
States
governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I, James Waltman,
I, James Waltman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of Township Committee Member
of the office of Township Committee Member
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that I will support
and that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the State of New Jersey,
and the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the
So
people.
help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Okay, roll call. David Bond.
Here.
Chad Bauer.
Here.
Susan Lockwood. Here. Joseph Bogie.
Here.
James Wall.
Here.
Next, we will open the floor for nominations for mayor for 2025.
I'd like to nominate Joe Bokie as mayor for 2025.
I'll second
I'll
the
second it.
nomination.
Any discussion?
Yeah, well, okay, so there's a nomination now. Is there a motion to?
I'll move that we
appoint,
close the
right.
nomination.
Right, close the nomination, yes, if that's the case.
Okay, so is there a motion to close the nomination?
moved.
In a second.
I guess I'm the second.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, no.
Right,
Okay. Okay, all in favor of the nomination for Joseph Bogie for mayor? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. There wasn't much to it.
Okay, so now, Joe takes over, yep.
All right, so now, let's say nominations for deputy mayor.
I'd like to nominate James Waltman, deputy mayor.
Second? No, not yet, so we got a second.
second it.
So we have not a motion and a second. Jamie, all in favor?
We can close it
Or,
first.
oh, right,
Yeah.
okay, so, any discussion? Okay. Anyone make a motion to close?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
Second.
All right. Now, we officially vote on it, right? No? Okay. So yeah, can I have a roll call, please?
David Bond.
Yes.
Chad Bauer.
Yes.
Susan Lockwood.
Yes.
Joseph Bogie.
Yes.
James Walton.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, and next we'll do township, so everyone can go now if you want. Now I just feel like it's boring.
Or you can stay for the favorite section at the end, which is ask the mayor, whatever you want.
Picture?
Sure, what the heck?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's take a picture. You got all dressed up, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
We're gonna go here.
Do you guys first? Yeah. Tiffany. How about the rest of the family?
Guys, you wanna come up front? Thank you.
Wait, last week we jumped in for,
Yeah.
we just wanted to let.
Yeah, no, fine. Thank you. All right, thanks for coming.
You can stay and see him in action for a little while. Unless you're over here.
No, sorry for the delay, everybody.
Rory?
Congratulations.
Thank you, thanks for coming.
Good night. Good night.
All right, Township Committee assignments 2025. Are we gonna read through them all then?
We don't have to, I mean, the list is, you know, I provided it in the packet, and
Mhm.
it's the same as last year, except for the switches for planning board, for mayor, and township board. So if anybody wants to make a change, you can certainly speak up, but otherwise, we can keep it as is.
Is everybody okay?
Everybody's comfortable with where we are?
I just want to say for planning board, if someone else wanted planning board, have at it, but I've just been doing it for so often and for so long, and it doesn't bother me to keep going to it, so, but if anyone else wants to do it, no. It's fun.
I'm sure.
You're going as the class 3?
Yes,
And you'll be
we're
going
essentially
as the-
switching.
Yeah.
Got it, okay.
Okay, so we're all good with that then?
Do we do a motion to accept the assignments?
Might as well.
Why don't we do that, a motion in a second? Even we could do it all in favor, it's fine, but just.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, good. Mayoral and Township Committee appointments, boards, committees, commissions. I guess same deal, if everybody had a chance to look over them, if there's any questions.
Diana, a couple people asked me about newsletter, but I'm assuming you never got.
I didn't get
forms.
anything submitted, no. But we can always appoint them at another
Okay.
time.
'Cause I think we're having a hard time finding the form online for some reason.
Really? Okay, I'll double check that the link works.
Okay, because I know I told someone where to look, and, because first she tried, and then she called, and then I said, and then she said she'd find
Yeah.
it, and,
Usually I just type in the search, honestly, for everything.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm like, you need Oprah? Type Oprah in the search. So I'll double check that the link is
Okay,
working.
thank
Sorry.
you.
And is there somebody specific you want me to reach out to and send it to them? Or you can let me know offline if you'd like.
I will, thank
Okay.
you.
And again, you want to just do a motion and a second, and then they're all in favor? I know some of them are mayoral, some of them are committee, but it doesn't matter if everybody's in agreement.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you.
Mayor, if you want, I mean, technically, you can read all by title, but under the law, you can just say consent agenda, resolution 25-1 through 26.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do the consent agenda, resolution 2501 to 2526. Does anybody have any of these that they need pulled? All right, do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
All right, roll call, please.
Okay, David Bond,
Yes.
Chad Bauer,
Yes.
Susan Love,
Yes.
Joseph Bokie,
Yes.
James Wall.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. Township committee comments. Let's start with Chad.
Looking forward to starting with this committee in another year. Last year went really fast.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sue?
Just wish everybody happy new year, hope it's a good one, and ask the mayor to put something together for the newsletter, because we always put the mayor's message in the first newsletter. And the deadline is whatever the last Friday of this month is.
All right, I'll get to work.
So you got time,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah,
so I
no,
won't
no,
be telling
thank you.
you, well, actually, I'll see you again before then.
Right,
A
that's true, at our
regular
next meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But,
Let me put that in my phone so I don't forget it.
is that,
First
is
is
that,
last Friday.
okay, so
Too
we
late.
gotta, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, we might have to
Yeah,
cut that a week early.
24th?
Yeah, let's go with January 24th.
4 weeks.
Okay.
This February is short, we're not gonna get it done by March if we do that.
All right, we can figure it out. Okay, cool.
All right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jamie?
Sure, I just wanted to reiterate how well I thought 2024 went. Thought we got a lot accomplished, a lot of HR-related issues that I think we finally checked off. I think we have great people working in the township building on behalf of the taxpayers. We have happy people in the
Yes.
township.
Productive
taxpayers. I think Justin's doing a great job with the guys down at DPW, and that's always been a bone of contention to this committee and many committees before us. I think we finally have someone there that is helping the effort and is there on a day-to-day basis instead of one of the township committee folks having to go down and intervene, and frankly, something that we shouldn't have to do.
Right.
I think 2025 hopefully will be a lot smoother, but we do also have a lot to accomplish as well. Obviously, the park project is going to be in full force. I'm hopeful that we can get that going quickly and that it can result in minimal disruptions to the community, folks that just want to use it for passive recreation, but also for the sports for the children, obviously, as well. So hopefully we can get that moving. Hopefully the weather cooperates. I know there's a lot of variables there, but I'm just hopeful for that. And I look forward to working with everyone here. It should be a great year. So thank you. And congratulations.
Thank you. Dave?
Yeah, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year and congratulate you for being mayor.
Thank you.
And I think we'll work good together this coming year. Looking forward to it, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to also say Happy New Year to everybody. And I want to thank Jamie, because I don't know if I would be so comfortable taking over as mayor. You didn't do such a great job the last 2
Oh,
years.
thank you.
And I mean, honestly, I feel almost like a scumbag coming in, and then we're gonna depart, and all this like good stuff's happening after all of this like, you know, rough times and stuff. And I come in and I get to just like, oh yeah, now we're all happy.
You get to cut the rib down there.
I know, right? It's like, so thank you for
Oh, please.
kind of like, you know, making everyone happy, so this is a better.
Trust me, there's a lot of people that are happy with
But-
this. But thank you.
You got it, thank you. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this year and working with everybody, so, thank you all.
I
All
look
right.
forward to supporting you too, so
Appreciate
any
that.
way that we can.
Thank you, I appreciate that, so I think it's gonna be a great year, so. All right, public comments? Chuck?
I'd like to congratulate you, Joe, of being mayor, and Jamie, vice mayor, assistant mayor, whatever it's called. But I also am looking forward for the next 12 months of listening and participating and observing sometimes animated discussions of the township committee. Thank you.
Sounds good, thanks, Chuck. Anyone else? Jay?
I'll put in my routine plug to have you assume responsibility for video recording these meetings. It's done many other places. I'm not asking that you have Zoom meetings. I'm not asking that you do anything live or online, but the public deserves a record of what is said during the meetings, not just the votes. So I'd like you to consider that. It was discussed November of '23, and it was my understanding that you were going to move forward with it in 2024. Hopefully you'll do so in 2025.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely something we'll bring it up, we'll discuss. And thank you for your dedication.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I would
Come out
just-
here, whether the weather's crappy or not, you're always coming, so thank you.
I just want to correct the record for those people who are watching. There's an incorrect implication. You said not just the votes. Everything that is stated in every meeting is in fact recorded. There is a voice recording that is
Yes.
available to the public, so every word that is said, not just the votes, is available to the public. And if somebody heard that comment, and I know that's not what you meant, but there's a suggestion that it's not being recorded, and it is. I just want the folks to know
So
that.
if I can just clarify a bit, having heard the audio recordings, it's very difficult to understand who is speaking, and you also missed the body language. We had less body language in 2024 than we did in prior years, but it's much more difficult for members of the public to really understand the workings of the committee if they're listening to and trying to transcribe an audio recording.
Thank you. Yep, we will discuss this.
Yeah, I have a comment building on Jan's comment. For example, the resolutions, Resolution 2525, establishing procedure for public comment before the township committee. What does that mean? What is it?
So if you remember last year, we really wanted to set forth rules by which someone would have to come out of the audience and stand in front of the podium, because we felt as though when people were sitting back there, they would really rile up the crowd, and unfortunately there were some situations where there was a lot of banter when we noticed when we had them in front of the podium, we were much better able to control the situation.
It also ensures only one person speaking.
Right, we had a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of times where one person would start and then other people would start speaking simultaneously. So that was the reason for that, and we never really formalized anything via resolution, and that's what we just did here.
Okay, is that resolution available to us to see?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
And it will also be in the
And you
minutes.
post them, or where are they?
They are incorporated in the minutes, but you can also have them sent to you.
Well, if the minutes won't come out till way after, you know, another
January
month or
13th.
two. Okay,
But yeah, you can see any of those.
so I can call you and ask for those. That's what we mean by, you know, more information, the list of people on committees and things like that. Those of us in the audience do not have that information as we're sitting here. And I know other townships do include and make available online all that before you sit down for the meeting.
So, Mayor, I don't want to stop interrupting the mayor, but I think we've gone down this path previously, and I think what we came up with was the fact that we're voting on these, and ultimately, because they're not set in stone yet, we didn't want to put out this entire packet for everyone to have.
It's even more than that. Under New Jersey law, a draft by law is not a document. So
Okay.
even if somebody was to make an Oprah request, there's no obligation to
Sure.
provide it, because
Okay.
these are working documents for
Right.
you as committee members to review, to edit. Once you finalize something and adopt it, then it becomes a public record, and
And then
that's when it's
Oprah.
available to the public.
And then we can request.
Correct.
Right.
Right, because the problem is,
So
there could
it's
be,
blind until that time. It's not.
Essentially,
Yeah,
essentially.
because I hear other townships do put all sorts of,
Yeah, I don't know,
A
what
lot of
goes,
towns do a lot of things that they're potentially not supposed to, so. And the ordinances are hung on the bulletin board the day after we pass those as well.
I mean, we should, I understand when we had our prior clerk, minutes were delayed in getting published. And I understand the public's frustration in respect to that time period. But Diana is very vigilant as far as getting them posted out as quickly as she can. And, you know, as she had mentioned, it's usually what, 7 to 10 days after?
Well, it's the next meeting, we vote
Okay.
on them, then they're no longer a
Oh,
draft.
right, there has to
And
be the
then I
next
post
meeting,
them
right.
on the website and the
Right.
board the following.
So it takes a couple of months.
Yeah,
It takes 1 month.
Takes 1 month.
And again, because it's a draft, and often there are committee members who will review and say, that's not correct, can you change this? And then there's adoptions as amended. So, you know, again, that's another example of why I believe it's inappropriate to be sending out drafts, because it's not the actual document. And it facilitates discussion on things that don't ultimately become the reality.
So backtracking, then if I had put an Oprah request in for something like this, I could not have gotten it because it's not filed.
That's correct. If you put an Oprah request in for a draft document, my legal advice and the New Jersey law says the clerk has no obligation to provide it. And actually, I would direct the clerk not to provide it because
Okay.
it's
Well,
not a document.
That's
Once
sort
it,
of backtracking.
yeah,
what you said
right.
before.
No, it's not. That's exactly, I am
Not you.
completely consistent. But once it's voted on, it then becomes a public document, which is available for your review. 100%. It has to be voted on and approved by this governing body. Then it becomes a legal document.
All right. Anyone else? Okay.
This is probably a procedural question, but it seems to me, looking back to a few years ago, where there was quite a bit of discussion about appointing an animal control service, that there may be some items on the consent agenda that members of the public might be interested in understanding and providing input to the committee before a vote was taken. Is it, from a procedural standpoint, appropriate to issue a draft copy that could be available to members of the public for their comment prior to the committee voting and giving the public an opportunity to provide input to the committee on such things like appointing the township engineer, attorney, etc.?
May I?
Yeah, go for it.
I believe that in instances like that, we provide the public the ability to speak on the issues that are on the agenda. And hence, because they are part of the agenda, as a consent item, you could stand up there and say, I would like to know more about consent agenda item number whatever. And then it's at the mayor's decision whether or not he should break that out for further discussion. But that is the means by which you have the ability to have input on certain items in there.
Typically, yes, but I did notice public comment on agenda items was omitted from the agenda this evening.
Yes. Just, it was a
I figured
streamlined-
again, it was a procedural,
It was just a streamlined agenda. I apologize.
understood.
Normally, we
Normally we
would
have that in
Okay,
advance.
well, what you've just said makes perfect sense. So if people read the agenda, saw an item of particular interest, they should get up, speak, asking their questions, and then should you decide further discussion or tabling it to the next time, okay, that makes perfect sense, thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Jamie.
Sure.
Anyone else? All right. Well, I guess then we're ready for adjournment.
So moved, I'll make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.